Hey, what is up, guys? BD Peretti here, and as you guys already know, WWE 2K17 recently corrupted my save data, and I had to start over, and it really pissed me off. But it actually has me looking forward to the next game in the WWE 2K franchise. So, in the next coming weeks, I'll be releasing more and more videos on ideas, concepts, and just really rumors and speculation on WWE 2K18. So I actually really hope you guys enjoy it. But today we're talking about who will be the cover superstar of this year's title, WWE 2K18, which has a rumored release date of October 18th. So anyway, I prepared some concept art for some of the superstars that I think will be the cover superstar of this year's game. So anyway, I hope you guys like it, and please enjoy the video. Number 1, AJ Styles. Arguably the most deserving guy on this list. AJ has had one of the best first years in company history. Whether it be boosting SmackDown Live ratings, putting on 5-star matches with anybody the guy steps into the ring with, because let's be honest, AJ Styles is an amazing artist at professional wrestling, or cementing himself as a legitimate main event star with his WWE title run, which was unfortunately ended so that John Cena could have yet another underwhelming title victory. Either way, AJ has done more this year than any other guy on the active roster, and for that alone, he deserves a cover spot on this year's game. So as you guys can see, I've created a concept art of AJ Styles on WWE 2K18. I think it turned out pretty alright, nothing special really. But yeah, AJ Styles is definitely one of the top contenders to be the cover star for this year's game. However, who really knows who 2K is going to pick for their cover superstar? Number 2, Finn Balor. One of my favorite pro wrestlers in the world today, Finn Balor is an absolute star. Whether it be in his amazingly cool looking demon face paint, or his Fonzie-like Balor Club leather jacket, which looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like it. Balor's run in NXT was nothing short of spectacular, cementing himself as the longest running NXT champion in history. And when it was finally time to move him up to the main roster, WWE pushed him to the moon, putting him in a match with Seth Rollins for the new WWE Universal Championship. Unfortunately, it was in that match when he suffered his shoulder injury, which put him out for the rest of a year, which might actually be the reason why he might not be this year's cover superstar, because arguably he wasn't there as long as some of the other guys were. However, the stuff he did do in his time there, I think, warrants him being a cover superstar for this year's game, or at least a future cover superstar on a future title in the WWE 2K franchise. But yeah. Number 3, Seth freaking Rollins. Since his surprising WWE title win at WrestleMania 31, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase to beat both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match, Rollins has been a staple in the main event picture on WWE television ever since then. After returning from his devastating knee injury, which put him out for nearly the entirety of a year, Rollins was put on a fast track to becoming Raw's top babyface, putting on some amazing matches with the likes of Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho. Drink it in, man. That was an awful impression, by the way. And his unsanctioned match with Triple H at WrestleMania 33, which was fantastic. We saw Seth McMahon going through a table, which is always a fun sight to see. Anyway, as one of the hardest workers in the company, Seth has more than proved that he is a star, worthy of being this year's cover superstar on WWE 2K18. So as you guys can see here, I've made another concept art, this time featuring Seth Rollins. So I just went with really it's just like a basic cover, gray background, like a Rollins logo behind him, grayed out. So yeah, nothing really too special, but yeah, just want to make a really quick concept art of what I thought it might look like. Number 4, Kevin Owens. Hands down, my favorite guy on the main roster as of right now. Kevin Owens does such good things with all the small things he does in the ring, whether it be his mannerisms or the things he says off mic, which are absolutely hilarious. I find this guy to be one of the most interesting, hardest working, and just exploding with personality guys on the roster. Now, with that being said, Kevin Owens has actually had a pretty busy year this year. He won the Universal Championship, becoming like a new, almost legacy kind of evolution group with Triple H and Samoa Joe, which was cool. Like, they didn't even talk to each other. They just knew that they were going to beat the shit out of people with each other, which is creative and different, I will give them that, and I actually really enjoyed seeing those two work together. Speaking of working together, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, my god, the friendship of the century. If not just Kevin Owens on the cover, possibly a Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho friendship cover, those two hand in hand. It would look amazing. Am I wrong or am I wrong? But Kevin Owens has done absolutely more than enough to deserve to be this year's cover superstar, whether it be with him alone or him with Kevin Owens, or possibly him with Samoa Joe. Who really knows? But as you guys can see, I've created a concept art of just Kevin Owens alone. The 2K logo, I actually whited out because I figured it would be cool to change it up a little bit. As you guys can tell, some of these concept arts, I've changed the color on the 2K logo to match better with the superstar on the cover. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Kevin Owens. I actually really like this guy, and I really think he deserves a cover spot on this year's game, or at least a future game in the WWE 2K franchise. Number 5, the brand split. Now, long gone are we from the days of THQ and SmackDown vs. Raw. Now, these were great games in my opinion. I always loved playing them. And but we are past on THQ. I don't think is any longer a company anymore. But still, since the new draft and the new brand split on TV, I think it would only be right to do a cover featuring the two brands, whether it be 2 superstars from each brand, or like 3 superstars from a mixed variety of brands, 1 from NXT possibly, 1 from Raw, and then 1 from SmackDown. I think that would be a really good way to cement like all the talent that's on the roster right now. And I think it would really harken back to the old days of having like all the guys on the cover from the 2 different shows. And we could even call it SmackDown vs. Raw 2K18, I don't know. But I think it would be really cool and it'd be really fun actually. But anyway, you guys can see the concept art I've created for this one. It's a mashup of the WWE title and the Universal title on a just like a generic wrestling ring background. It's kind of fogged out, and you can also see like there's a little blue vignette at the bottom left corner, and at the bottom right corner is like a red vignette. So you have both the show colors, blue and red. I thought it really went together pretty well. I tried to blur them together as much as I could to get like a good gradient going. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I was thinking for the brand split idea for a cover of this year's game. I think it would really be fun and would really be new, something different, really. But yeah, I think that's only one of the possibilities, and I think it's actually a really big possibility if WWE wants to take the franchise in a new direction. So I've just shared with you guys the 5 most likely options, or the most wanted guys that I want to be on the cover of this year's game. However, let's be completely honest and let's talk about who actually probably will be on the cover. Now, this year's cover will most likely feature either 2 of Goldberg or Roman Reigns, which I find to be a little disappointing because Roman Reigns didn't exactly do a lot this year. However, he does in fact seem to be Vince's boy, and he might get pushed onto this year's cover, which I'm fine with. It just doesn't seem like he's done enough to warrant a cover spot on this year's game. The other guy, Bill Goldberg, who came back and won the main title on WWE Raw and did not take a single bump until he lost it. That to me is amazing. Well, in fact, it's actually an amazing robbery. I think the guy didn't deserve to win the title. I thought it was cool that he came back and he beat Lesnar, sending Lesnar to think about who he was, only to come back and do the exact same shit that he already did. I thought he'd at least change it up, but it doesn't seem to be the way they went with it. It was just Lesnar eventually getting his payback and just beating the ever-living shit out of Goldberg at WrestleMania. So yeah, I'm not sure what was accomplished out of that storyline, and I'm really not sure why the hell it needed the WWE Universal title, but they did it anyway, and I find it to be really disappointing, and for that, I don't think Bill Goldberg deserves to be the cover star of this year's game. In fact, I think it would be a robbery to some of the more active guys on the roster, like even Lesnar deserves that cover spot more than freaking Bill Goldberg, who didn't take a single bump until he lost his title, which I cannot stress how amazingly stupid that is. That's really not a good thing. I'm still actually really disappointed that Kevin Owens lost the Universal title to Bill Goldberg the way that he did, especially. But anyway, guys, you guys have officially made it through the rant portion of this video. So those are the two dudes who will most likely end up on the cover, I think. Or let's be honest, we probably all think those two dudes will probably end up on the cover. But do they really deserve to be on the cover of this year's game? Now, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So it kind of ended depressing because I saved those two things for last. But as you guys can see, I've created some concept art for Roman Reigns as the cover superstar of WWE 2K18, which I think is pretty accurate. He is the big dog. This is his yard now. Big dog Roman Reigns. And his master, Vince McMahon, down there in the corner crying, which I thought was funny. Some of you might not, but that's alright. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Tell me in the comments who you think will be the cover superstar of this year's game. Tell me what you guys thought of the concept arts I created for some of the superstars, and whether or not you guys liked them, how you would change them, and who else you would like to see on the cover. That's pretty much it for this, guys. Thank you for watching this video. And also the giveaway of the $50 gift card, I will be announcing it pretty soon. So guys, just hold up a little bit longer for that. And I will be putting out a video announcing the winner of it. And whoever wins it, you can leave in the comments like what your gamer tag is. And I'll just message you the code. Hopefully we can get all this settled out. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. VD Predator out. See you next time, guys.